I used to be very much a Democrat. Listening to the mainstream media, because that's what I had, um, that was the party of empathy. They seemed to understand people more, the different kinds of people, people like me, different people. I was kind of excited to see the first black president. I was excited to see what he was going to do and how he was going to act. He had a lot of empathy. I'll definitely give him that. Um, but beyond, I'll be honest, beyond that, I didn't do much research. I didn't look into things. I was basically one of the people that just had time to listen to these news snippets and go on with my life. It wasn't affecting me so much. And so I didn't pay so much attention to it. I had my own things I was dealing with, to be honest with you. Maybe start looking into it. Well, like I said before, honestly, it was quarantine. I was being sent home from work. It was having time to notice the media and notice their slants and notice who they were obviously for and against. My opinion, media, you shouldn't be able to tell that. I like facts. So now I watch things like Newsy and Haystack News because the things that they present are less biased. I look into 10 or 12 sources before I open my mouth because you never know what the damn truth is anymore, you know. Why I walked away from the Democratic Party was honestly because of the Democratic Party and how the Democratic leaders chose to run their cities, um, my own included, um, or states, or whatever municipalities they were running. My own governor included in one of those. But there was a lot of violence, a lot of hate when all this uh, racial divide really blew up when George was murdered. There was a really big racial divide. And until that time in my life, I never myself really looked at people that way. Yes, I looked at people as different, but I always was curious and wanted to learn about those differences. Um, but became very, very hateful. They didn't want me to learn. It's not yours. Stop stealing our culture. Got very hateful. So that started, and I can't. And I started reading about this Walk Away campaign. I gotta tell you, the organizer of it is pretty amazing. Um, Apparently, he's one of the people that got attacked walking out of the Republican National Convention. Um, he's a gay man. I'm a gay woman. Um, I don't want to be attacked for being gay, being a woman, or being any political party, or being white. Um, that kind of hate seems to be rampant on the left. I'm not saying all Democrats are bad, because I, as a human being, don't group other human beings together by the way they look, what religion they are, um, their political beliefs, any disabilities, their skin color. I don't group people like that. The way I take people in is through their energy. The energy that you present me with is really the energy that you're going to get back. You decide how that's going to go, honestly, with me. If you, most of the time, if I'm presented with good energy, I give really good energy back. That wasn't coming from my left friends. It's almost like I wasn't welcome on the left anymore because I didn't agree with everything. I still agree with a lot of their ideals, but I can't call myself a Democrat because of all the hate, all the violence, and all the division. And I'm not about hate, honestly, really violence, looking into things or division. People started calling Trump a white supremacist, saying he's affiliated somehow with the KKK. Listen, I don't like the guy. As a guy, I don't like the guy. I don't know him as a guy, but from what he portrays, very womanizing in his earlier years, there, are cases that were against him for uh, sexual misconduct or, of the like, just like a lot of other men. Very misogynistic, I feel, um, among other things. But you don't attack somebody's character with something they're not. Attack somebody's character with something they are. Go ahead, call him a womanizer. He has been. But there are a lot of women that back him because of his policies and because he actually acts on his word, which he has done so far in my research. Um, I'm a middle voter. There's tons of people in America like me. There's a lot of people walking away from the left. And it hurts because everything that you have known as truth your whole life is no longer truth. I went through it this summer. I went through it walking away from the Democratic Party. I had to snip each tentacle off me, one by one, to unwrap myself from that. I see my people, my friends on the left, people I associate with on the left, condemning people, groups of people for things. Not all people in a certain group are like that. If you vote for Trump, you're a white supremacist. Well, I looked into that because my sister's a huge, huge Trump fan. She's a supporter. She doesn't back down. She'll tell you why, and she'll tell you why not, too. But my sister's not a white supremacist. My sister doesn't believe in bigotry. My sister's for justice. So I had to look into this. That idea is way far off. Just because you vote for a certain candidate doesn't make you racist. It doesn't make you a white supreme. It doesn't make you any of these things. KKK, put on your hood, blah, blah, blah. No. That's all hate that I was feeling from the left. I hate the divide, but I guess that's how I gotta say it. The people that I thought were so empathetic, not so empathetic anymore. Now that I had an opinion of my own, and not the opinion of mainstream media, the opinion of the people that I was hanging around with, the opinion of my partners, the opinion of really personal for me to look into this. So I did. The character of either one of these men is really not someone that I would choose to run our country. It's just not. But I started to look, and both of the candidates, they both have sexual misconduct charges. Not charges, I'm sorry. Accusations. My apologies. Sexual misconduct accusations in their past. They've both had nefarious and salty situations. Both of them. But they both want to run our country. They both want our votes. So as a middle voter, I had to really start researching because at this time in my life, it matters. I'm a gay woman. I'm married. And I had the right to marry my wife. And that's amazing. And I thank the administration that put that through for me. I do. But when it comes down to my personal needs, how is the president going to take away our rights? I don't believe that he is. I don't. Either one. So right now, for me, the country's in disarray, right? That's the biggest thing for me. I'm scared. I'm scared to go out of my house for a lot of reasons. I'm not agoraphobic by any stretch of the means, but I love being in my home. It's my place. But COVID is real. A lot of people have recovered from it, and that's amazing. A lot of people have died from it, and that is scary. My wife has pre-existing conditions, so we don't take many chances at all. Our children weren't even allowed to come in the house for 30 to 45 days, starting in March. That was tough, but we had to make sure because they all work with the public. So, you know, I had to really think. Everything's blowing up. People are killing each other in the streets. Law enforcement's hands are tied. So, the only important thing to me right now is keeping myself safe in a civil war. And guess what? We're really going towards a civil war right now. So me walking away from the Democratic Party is because I debunked everything that they were saying, almost everything that they were saying that was way off the charts about the president that we have currently. And I started looking into the former vice president. What a choice we have, America. What a choice we have. And I send energy out to each and every one of you to make an informed decision. Look, 2016, I watched the country, the left part of the country, cry and whine and wail, and I couldn't understand it. It's just another presidential election. A lot of people thought that the world was going to go to shit. Our world was going to go to shit when Obama became president. Did it? No, it didn't go to shit. Unemployment went up a little bit, then it went down. The economy went up and down just like it always does. Our world kept turning. So did it in 2016 until today. I'm still allowed to be married to my wife. After all this, he's going to take away the rights. I still have a Social Security. After all the, he's going to take away Social Security. His record shows that he's doing a lot of other presidents haven't really done. His response to COVID, poor. He knows it. He knows it. Move forward. Move forward. We have to move forward. We have to look at the facts. I'm not telling you what to believe, but if you're a Christian and you have hate in your heart, are you really okay with God? You're not. If you're not a Christian and you have hate in your heart, are you really at a higher level of consciousness with the universe? No, you're not. So, hating someone who's, he's pretty self-righteous, absolutely, and that's a character that I really don't like. But when I have to look at the facts, I have to look at the facts. Facts are, I haven't seen anything about Trump touching children. I definitely have seen videos of Biden touching children in a really creepy way, and that bothers me. This is the kind of things the election's coming down to, my friends, because the country's going to run either way. How it's going to run is a different story. I don't think that Biden's going to keep the law and order that we need here. We definitely need reform. We need change. We need police reforms. We need to keep the momentum for the people that want certain things so that they can get those certain things. We need to do it peacefully because all this hate and all this violence is pushing people away from the Democratic Party. And when you push people away from things, getting them back is almost not going to happen because that makes that person a fool. So these are some of the personal reasons why I've walked away from the Democratic Party. Making it clear, it doesn't make me a Republican, but it makes me wide open and awake to the facts that the Democratic Party are not really the empathetic party, because people on the left are spewing hate like never before to people they've known and loved their whole life. People have supported them their whole lives. I don't know if it's a generational thing and I'm getting old now, but you kind of see things in a different light. Then, haha, the president got COVID. Karma. Dude, that's fucked up. On every level of fucked up, that's fucked up. So, I'd say on the basis of hate and actions alone, this year in 2020, Democratic Party absolutely lost me and hundreds of thousands of other people. Another day, another post. It's the weekend. What else I got to do? Be good to each other, guys. Comment if you want, like if you want, don't if you want. This is just my journal. I don't expect it to go anywhere. But what I do expect is for you to take care of yourself. Don't let your hate cloud your better judgment. Please. Because I almost did.